You're trying to lose weight and you're being pretty good about your diet and exercise routine, but there's one habit that is holding you back from getting results. And I'm going to tell you how you can fix it. Hey there, I'm Melanie Ash of MelanieAshFitness.com. I'm a personal trainer, a fitness nutrition specialist, a women's wellness enthusiast, and a weight management specialist. And today I want to talk about one habit that I'm seeing tripping up a lot of ladies, and it's absolutely going to hold you back from having weight loss. And that habit is late night snacking. You maybe are really good all day long, you've got your meals planned, you eat your healthy stuff, you have your good breakfast, your salad for lunch, your healthy dinner, and then the night comes. And maybe you're sitting around watching TV or you're scrolling on Facebook and you find yourself wandering into the kitchen and having a little bit of snacks here and there. Maybe it's chocolate, maybe it's another little snacky food, but whatever it is, every night you might end up taking in hundreds of extra calories because you're nibbling when you should be in bed sleeping, right? This is a habit that absolutely will affect your weight loss, because even if you're doing great all day long, if you end up snacking at night and eating 500 extra calories, you're probably going to go over your calories for the day and you're not going to lose weight. Now, how do we stop late night snacking? Because typically you get done with dinner and you feel a little unsatisfied maybe, or maybe you like something sweet to cleanse your palate and you just have a little, but then that kind of mindlessly adds up because you're kind of sitting around, you're not going to bed, but you're not really doing anything. And we can easily mindlessly eat hundreds of calories. The first thing I want you to do is get the snack foods out of the house. Those things that you really can't resist, get them out of the house and replace them with some very high cocoa content dark chocolate. Start with that. Now, some of you have kids or you have spouses and you can't get the junk out of the house and it's still going to be around, in which case we're going to have to break up with the habit, because if the food is going to be there, we have to stop being in the habit of going and getting it and nibbling and picking. So what's really going on at night after dinner and we're not really hungry and we maybe want that little bit of sweetness, but one piece of dark chocolate doesn't do it? What's really going on typically is we're avoiding going to bed. And part of the reason why we're avoiding going to bed is either because if you have little ones or your work life is crazy, sometimes that's the only time that we have to ourselves to kind of just sit and kind of unwind and feel, oh, like I don't have to do anything and I can just relax. And once we go to bed, morning comes really fast, doesn't it? And that usually means getting up and taking care of the kids and going to work and having to deal with stress and all of that stuff in our lives that is difficult. We're kind of putting it off by staying up and not going to bed. That's all right. It's a good thing for you to have a little bit of me time. However, if me time is now paired with me snacking time, that's when we run into a problem. So here are some things I want you to do to avoid snacking. I want you to keep your hands occupied. So instead of watching TV or scrolling on your phone, I want you to try something like reading a book. We have to hold a physical book, not a Kindle, not anything like that. I want you to hold a physical book. Or I want you to take up something like knitting, crocheting, anything that's going to keep your hands occupied, because what you'll find is if your hands are busy, you can't also be snacking. So find an activity that you like that's going to keep your hands busy. The next thing that you should do is try to keep your mind busy. If your mind is busy, you're not going to be thinking about food, and so you won't be tempted to eat. Watching TV or scrolling the internet does not occupy our brains, right? Our brains are kind of all over the place. In fact, especially the internet, scrolling on the phone can actually make you more likely to snack because your brain is kind of not focused. How about finding a project? So think of something that you can start doing at the end of the night. Maybe one great habit would be something like genealogy, researching your family tree, or organizing a drawer in your home, or creating something, whether it is with knitting or crocheting, or writing a letter to someone in your family. anything that is going to keep your mind occupied and makes you feel good, makes you feel like you're working on something. Start a project, keep yourself busy, and you won't be mindlessly snacking. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to eat a healthy, filling dinner in addition to eating healthy, filling meals throughout your day, so you're not starving at night after dinner. I want you to feel satisfied and full after your dinner, but not stuffed. If you need a little bit of sweet, you can do that 1 piece of dark chocolate. Once you've done that, I want you to have a glass of water and I want you to brush your teeth. Because brushing your teeth sends a signal to your brain that you're done eating. And usually that minty toothpaste taste doesn't taste very good with things that we would snack on. So brush your teeth, put your PJs on, and then jump into reading your book, doing your knitting, working on your genealogy, anything that's going to keep your hands and your mind busy, and enjoy that restful me time that you want to take before you go to bed. That is going to help you avoid snacking when your mind isn't really busy and you're kind of just sitting around waiting to go to bed, but you're actually trying to put it off. And then inevitably we're kind of bored and eating gives us something to do. So you've got to find something else to do that's going to keep you from doing that snacking. And then my last recommendation is to just go to bed. Go to bed. Stop avoiding going to bed by staying up and watching too much TV that you don't need to watch or scrolling through the internet and kind of just not really doing anything productive. If you find that you're avoiding going to bed, maybe you need to get a better nighttime routine so that before you get into bed, you kind of put your PJs on, brush your teeth, read for a little while. I burn essential oils before I go to bed and it helps me sleep. It helps me feel really calm and relaxed. Then you can look forward to going to bed because you're going to enjoy a restful night's sleep rather than trying to put off going to bed because you're trying to put off the morning, which is when you're going to feel a little bit more stressed and the hecticness of the day catches up with you. So if you find that you are midnight snacking and that is holding you back from losing weight, I want you to break up with that habit by stopping doing what it is that you're doing with the snacking. So instead of watching TV and scrolling the internet, I want you to find a hobby or a project to keep your hands busy. Read a book, take up knitting, do crocheting, work on some genealogy, organize a drawer or a closet in your home. Anything like that to keep your mind and your hands busy. I also want you to brush your teeth as soon as you're done eating. And then I want you to create a relaxing bedtime ritual and put yourself to bed. That's a great way to stop the habit of mindlessly snacking. And what you'll find is it'll probably save you several hundred calories a day. And you'll start to see your diet and exercise routine pay off. So I hope that was helpful. As always, you can find more tips at MelanieAshFitness.com. And if you're looking for a way to get started, if you need to get back into your workout routine, into your healthy eating, check out my 7-Day Healthy Kickstart. It is a 7-day diet and exercise program. I've given you all the workouts complete with full workout videos, so you work out with me. The workouts are short. They are less than 30 minutes, so you can get in and on and done and on with your day. And then I've given you a 7-day eating plan with recipes, with a grocery list, and with instructions on how to prep all of it so that you can do all of that work on a weekend day and be ready and eat healthy all throughout the week. It is going to kickstart those healthy habits so that you get into a momentum, you'll feel motivated, and you'll start to make more progress. So check that out. It is at MelanieAshFitness.com. I will link it here with this video. I'd also love to have you on board because we have a great Facebook group going too. So you get automatic entry into that Facebook group where you can reach me for questions. We're keeping each other motivated. I actually posted a video recently of my entire food prep for the week. So my Sunday morning food prep where I made an entire week's worth of meals in under 30 minutes. Check that out. So be sure to join me, MelanieAshFitness.com, Healthy Kickstart. I'd love to have you and help you on your health and fitness journey. So remember, get the snacks out of the house and then find something better to do with your time and then just, gosh darn it, go to bed. I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful week and we will talk soon. Bye.